man.
All right, fellas.
I want it.
You guys ready to knock into this thing?
Yeah, let's knock it down.
Let's do it. Welcome back to the Jameson on the Rocks podcast, everybody. Today we have Harvey Street, the band, with us. How you guys doing, fellas?
Dude,
Great.
awesome.
Doing fantastic.
Let's
Thanks for having
fucking go.
us.
Dude, thank y'all for coming in, man. I'm glad we could sneak this in on a little post-Atlanta play. Where are you guys technically from? Are you technically from Chapel Hill?
So we started out in Raleigh.
Okay.
The original 5 were all NC State guys,
Fab
but now we
Five.
brought in Jackson and Josh.
Love
Jackson went to Chapel Hill,
Okay.
and Josh went to Clemson.
Okay, good deal. Okay.
Go
so-
Tigers.
Jackson and I are from Raleigh originally
Interesting.
as well, so it's kind of a connection.
Interesting. Okay, cool. So now everybody's based in Raleigh, though, now.
Yes,
Pretty much.
Except for me. I live in
Except for
Nashville.
He's a
Okay.
Nashville
Nash-
City boy.
Nash Vegas.
Nash Vegas, for
How's
real.
that commute for you, man?
It's not bad. I don't mind it at
Yeah,
all.
nice.
No, he's a
honestly.
dog.
It's
He'll
worth
drive.
it.
Yeah,
I'll drive or fly depending on if I need my car at home
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But always got a place to stay when I come back, whether or
Hell
not it's
yeah.
with one of them or my parents and whatnot. So
Well, good deal, man.
No
I knew
complaints.
you guys because I don't think it says it in the bio. I couldn't find out if it was Raleigh, but I thought it was Chapel Hill. So you guys, like when people ask you now, you say you're a Raleigh band, or do they even? You know
And
what I
we're
mean?
like, oh, like every time we play a show, I'm like, oh, we're Harvey Street from
From
Raleigh, North
yeah,
Carolina.
yeah, because it's too much to explain.
Yo, Eric, you gotta update the bio.
We all except for these.
Well, dude, that's badass, man. I love playing in Raleigh. Raleigh's a fun town. How have the shows been lately? I guess you guys. Is this? I don't know if I read it right. Is this you guys' first Southeastern tour? But you guys have done some regional touring for a while now, right?
Yeah, this is, well, last night was the first day of our second tour.
Okay, cool.
And this one we're spreading out a bit more than the first one. The first one was pretty much just the Southeast and then,
Okay.
like West Virginia, if you
Yeah.
count that. But this one we're getting to, yeah. This one we're getting to like Colorado and New Haven and Boston.
Haven,
and New
oh,
York.
yeah.
So it's more like East Coast and then Colorado.
Good deal, man. Fuck yeah, that's huge. I mean, that's great for second tour. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
all
it's
badass,
awesome.
dude. So when do you guys start putting out music? Probably about 2 years ago.
Yeah, our first song was Still.
Still.
And that song was that was early 2022. That was like the first song we ever put out. Is in
Okay.
our old drummer Frank. We just like did in his basement, like mixed everything ourselves. And we were like, all right, let's do it. And like we like messed up the release as well.
Yeah.
Like when we put it out, like it didn't show up at midnight. We were all freaking out. Like,
Oh my
where is
God,
it,
dude?
And, like,
And that's the one you want to hit too. Is the
Yeah,
first
it's
one?
like
You're
the
like, this
first
one needs
one.
to be out. You know?
like
Yeah.
nothing's gonna be the same after this. Dude. Like this is it. And then we were like, where is it?
Where's our record deal at, dude?
Yeah, but so we've been releasing music for a little over 2 years at this point. So
Okay.
we just put out our biggest project yet, 6-song EP, Great Escape. But
Let's go.
yeah, we got more in the works. So
Oh, yeah. You guys have put out a lot, honestly, for 2 years. How many songs is it? 12, 15?
14 at this
14?
point.
14.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. I love the way of doing it, like doing a couple EPs first before you bite into the album. You know,
Yeah.
I think you kind of need to earn the album. You know what I'm
True.
saying?
Yeah, you gotta make sure
Very
people
true.
listen.
Yeah, you got to check in and like get your shit right. You know, get that first release out of the way, and then you're ready for the big record. You guys got any album plans? Thought about it any?
That's kind of like far in the future.
Yeah.
We're kind of like thinking about doing a couple singles first,
Hell
maybe another EP. Honestly, like what we're working on with right now, it just seems like a single or two is like
Yeah.
in the books. But you know, we'll see.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
we'll probably write an album beginning of next year with
Okay.
like a bunch of ideas kind of ready to roll, and then
Yeah.
all get in a room together and see
Like
what
make that a
happens.
thing.
Yeah,
make that
it
like let's cook here for a while.
Yeah.
Not tour. You know, and
Yeah,
try
Yeah,
to do
like
it.
for sure.
Airbnb
Yeah.
somewhere. Just
Oh, that'd be sick,
long
man.
writing
Yeah,
session.
dude, that'd be so much fun. Good for y'all, dude. Well, tell me a little more about because I've never seen you guys. Have you guys played in Athens a lot? You haven't, have you?
Only private events.
Private events, okay.
We played cock holders in
Cock holders.
Athens.
What the fuck is
Can't
that?
make it up.
What is that?
exactly
I'm
what
sure
It
it
is.
sounds
like,
like yeah.
We walked in there thinking it was a parent's cocktail,
Yeah.
and we get we get in the room, and it's literally cocks like all over the wall.
What do you mean?
Yeah, like
Chickens?
like on our stage, like there was a huge like 10-foot cock, like
The male
Paper
phallus.
mache dick. Right
It's a
above.
Friday
Right above
event, I
us.
guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty
Yeah.
The
The
funniest
school
part,
sponsored.
Dude, all the guys kept coming up to us and apologizing. Like they came up and they were like, "Dude, we are so sorry about this theme. Like we just do this every year." And we were like, "None of y'all like this theme. Why did you do it?" Like everyone's like, "We are so sorry."
Why didn't you mention this in advance?
It's like a 20-year rolling tradition.
No
way,
cock
dude.
holders.
Yeah.
So I think they
Well, as
just have
long as
to-
the check clears, I reckon.
No, it was
Honestly, yeah,
definitely
true.
the most unique
Really?
private event we've done. You know,
Could get some good content.
Crazy
out of
it
that.
ended up being, I thought, a really good time.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, great show.
We
everyone
showed
was
up.
into it.
There was a giant tinfoil cock above
Yeah.
me. Like the balls were like nearly right by my head.
You had to crowd the balls a little bit.
Oh
to
my
get back
God.
there.
It might fall down during the show, but if it
Yeah.
does, just keep playing.
Just keep
We were
focused.
like,
They did say
no.
Yeah, they're like last year the cock fell. Like, just watch out for that.
We're like, if that falls on the drum kit, we are stopping.
We strung it up on like a
At least for,
ceiling
5
fan.
minutes.
If anything hits me in the face, the show is over. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's hilarious, though, man. So you guys have only done private events in Athens, and just like a couple, right? Like not a bunch, right? Because I don't see you guys come down here a lot.
No, just two.
Just two,
We
okay.
did one a while back for a sorority,
Okay.
and then yeah, that fraternity was like, yeah, we've only
Was
done two.
interesting. Okay, yeah. So I've never seen you guys. Kind of tell me about like, obviously go through what does everybody play. Let's start here, and everybody just tell me your instrument. I've seen pictures and everything, so I've got a general scope. But just for the people listening, tell me what you play and maybe like age or some shit. I don't know how old you are.
Yeah, I play drums.
Yeah.
23, graduated from Clemson about
Good
a year
deal.
ago, and your drummer
Congratulations.
didn't let me play.
What do you
when
mean?
you guys played at
Where were we
State in
at?
Clemson. It was
Was
it was
Snow-
the
was the
Snarty.
Snow Darty?
It was the Snarty.
You were
It
at
was
the
the
Snarty?
Snarty.
No way.
There was like 10 people. This was not my idea, and everyone was just absolutely shattered. But there was just 10 people around me, like pointing, like let him.
Yeah, dude.
Let
Let
him
him go.
play. And
I
I
can't
think that
believe
you.
it.
I'll give you some credit because I think you were the one who was the most open to it, and I saw you kind of turn around to your guy, like,
Yeah.
"Hey man, it might be kind of."
He's
fun,
like,
you
he's
know?
like, fuck no.
Which I would never let anyone do that either.
Yeah, right.
But like people let me do it in college, and so I think we
No
just
way, dude.
they just expected that.
I can't believe you're at the Snarty, dude. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Legendary. Love
Like,
that.
It was a good time.
Well,
Snarty
good
is all
deal.
time.
All right, how about
yeah.
you?
For me, I'm Jerome. I play the bass and I sing a little bit. Do a little bit of singing. I'm 22. Fresh out of an institution. So yeah.
The mental institution.
But no. Yeah. I'm living good.
Good deal, man.
Yeah, I'm Jackson.
Plug your mic in a little bit. I think it's acting funny. How about now?
Good.
Go ahead. Oh yeah, you're good now.
Okay,
Hold it.
I'm Jackson, also 22.
Love it.
Just graduated from UNC Chapel Hill.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, I'm just really thrilled to be here.
Fuck yeah, dude. Good breakdown. What was your instrument? I'm sorry.
Oh, my fault. Guitar.
Guitar. Word. How about you?
I'm Eric. I am also 22. And
Love it.
I went to NC State.
Okay. Instrument?
Oh, yeah. I play keys.
Hell yeah. Okay.
I love the icebreakers.
I forgot. What do I play?
I'm Ran. I'm the lead singer. I play guitar. I'm 24,
Okay.
and I went to NC State.
Hell yeah, man. Now, one crazy fact about each of you guys. No, freshman year seminar.
Dude, it feels like, yeah.
No, dude. All right, cool. All right. So when you guys started the band, you said you guys just started writing songs immediately? Or you started playing for a while? Like, what was the kind of early days like? Give me the early days
Dude,
of the Harvey Street.
I'll jump in on this.
Tell me.
I didn't even know we were a band. Like, we had jammed twice
Yeah.
with this group. And then one day, Baylor, who was kind of the ringleader of the band at the beginning, he pulled Ran in and pulled Jerome and me in. Was like, we have a gig. And I was like, what? I didn't even know we were a band.
Well, Jerome was kind of there from the jump. It started out, used to be this band called Friendly Reminder. It was kind of like where the core of it was. It was like this Raleigh band called Friendly Reminder. Okay. And it was Frank and Baylor, the old guitar player and drummer, and then Jerome. I think that band had kind of split up, and Jerome could kind of explain that a little more.
Yeah, so like they pulled me in as soon or like the beginning of my freshman year, and it was like, kind of going down.
Yeah.
So Baylor and Frank were like, yo, we're going to do a little side project. You should definitely hop on. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, why not? And then I remember showing up to like the little basement that we practiced in, and Frank was there, or Ran was there, and I was like, oh, what's he doing there? Yeah. And then Baylor was like, yeah, he's singing for us. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, I guess. And then,
Yeah, I never like sang before Harvey Street. Like I subbed in for Friendly Reminder. This guy Will Fincherous, you know the band Jacuzzi.
Oh yeah, I know Jacuzzi. I want to
so
get them in on here some
Yeah,
point.
he was in Friendly Reminder, and Baylor couldn't do a show, and he played rhythm guitar, and he hit me up, and like, we had jammed recently. He's like, yo, like we got like 2 shows coming up. Can you come play rhythm guitar? I've never played in a band in my life. I was like, yes.
No way,
I was
dude.
so excited, and then the set list was like 3 hours. I think the singer was taking a break or something. There's like 2 songs where I was like, I know all the words to these. Like, I'll go out and sing them. Yeah. I did those 2, and then like they started that, and Baylor texted me and was like, hey man, like we're starting a side project, like you want to come like jam? And I thought he just wanted me to play guitar again. I was like, oh yeah, sounds good. He's like, all right. You want to be lead singer? I was like, sounds good.
Damn, brother.
Yeah, but for a bit, like, we were kind of just like a jam band.
Yeah.
You know, like just playing covers, like some Grateful Dead, some like Beatles stuff.
Yeah.
And then we would just always go down in the basement and like just jam out for a bit. And then we have a couple like private events, but nothing crazy.
Interesting. Okay. And then it kind of just developed into like, oh shit, we could do this more, you know?
Yeah, it was actually Atlas was the people that reached out to us for our first like venue show. We had strictly been doing fraternity stuff, and then Baylor, Frank, and Rand would play at a local bar like as a 3-piece sometimes. But yeah, we were just doing the fraternity shows, and more people in that scene were getting to know us. And I guess word had spread, and Atlas must have been looking around for local support, and someone was like, "Oh, check out Harvey Street."
Yeah.
And they asked us to come open up for Easy Honey.
Yeah,
at the
love
poorhouse,
Easy Honey.
like way back. Yeah. And we were horrible at that time. Like we were not good at all. But it was such a fun show.
Yeah.
And that was our first time playing venues, and from then on it was like, oh well, this
That's
is
badass.
what we ought to be doing.
Well, the first show they offered us that was wild was we'd been a band for like 6 months, and then we'd put out Still, that song. And
And it changed
like 2 weeks
everything.
later, our agent, he's our agent now, Garrett from Atlas, and
I've never dealt with Garrett.
Yeah, he just DM'd us out of nowhere and was like, "What's up, guys? Like, my name's Garrett. I'm with Atlas. Like, the Stews are playing at Lincoln Theater like in July. Y'all want to open up?" We were just like,
Fuck
"What?"
yeah.
Like, we were like, "Yeah."
Yeah, we'll play this badass
But,
theater with a sick band.
Yeah, and then over time they just kind of kept giving us like opening spots. And
Yeah.
like Garrett was setting us up with private events too, just like a fraternity like ECU or something.
Yeah.
And then eventually he was like, "Oh, I can get y'all a tour," and we were like, "Bet."
Dude, that's
Sounds
awesome,
good.
bro. That's a smooth track right there, man.
Yeah,
all
it was-
the Washburns and all those cats are good dudes.
No,
I
they're
dealt with them
awesome.
a
They've
lot.
been
They'd be
great to
good,
us,
yeah.
man.
So you guys are exclusive with them? Like
Pretty
you guys
much.
book straight through them?
Pretty much,
That's
yeah.
dope, dude. That's great for you guys.
Makes it a lot easier.
I was about to say, I bet
Yeah.
that fucking helped a bunch, dude. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, good deal. And then you guys started doing more of that stuff. So was that the first ticketed show? Was the Lincoln Theater?
First ticket show was with Easy Honey.
Oh, okay.
So they offered us that Stews one first, and then like a couple weeks later, they're like, "Oh, we also have Easy Honey coming in next month. Do you
Yeah.
want to do this?" And we're like, "Yes." Like we just said yes to all of them.
Interesting. Okay. And how did those go? Pretty smooth. Well, you said
The first one
Poorhouse wasn't good.
Well, we
Yeah.
we
First
didn't know how
one-
to expect like a venue show. And we were like, "Dude,
Yeah.
we're gonna come down here. This place is gonna be like filled, like packed
Yeah,
down." We
yeah,
get
yeah.
down there, there's like 5 people. We're like, "All right."
All right, we probably need to do a little more promotion.
But no, eventually the show picked. Easy Honey brought in a ton of people, so
Yeah.
the show like picked up, and it was a lot of fun. But at first, we were like,
Yeah, it's a shock from going to playing the frat parties with the built-in crowd.
Yeah,
you know,
pretty
and
much.
like,
Sure.
It was also a big shock because we had never had like other bands that we're playing with. It was just like events where we're playing for 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
So we got there, and then I think we were either first or second. We definitely should have been first either way. But like we heard the other band, Ray Gun Superstar, play, and we were just like, oh my god, like people are really good.
we were like blown
Damn.
away. They were
Really?
like so tight. We were like, "Damn it."
We're fucked.
Damn, this is not good.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy though. I mean, like, it's cool that you guys were able to just go out there. Like, sounds like you didn't think about it that hard. Like, you just like started ripping shows, right? I
Yeah,
love
kinda
that.
just
Out of
said
the gate, we were
yes.
doing for free.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like we were just like, we just want to play.
yeah, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah,
That's
we said
badass.
yes to every opportunity in the beginning, and I think it paid off really well.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think so, right? And how many shows do you guys think you played now? 80?
I don't know. We went through a
100?
phase where we weren't playing that many.
Yeah,
Like we were kind of like, we were all working full time and kind of like trying to figure out what was going on. But since this tour started, we've just been like 3 shows a weekend,
Love
like
it.
nonstop.
love it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this whole 2024, like I'd say, I don't know, probably upwards of almost maybe 100.
Okay, hell yeah, man.
So
We'll
far,
play-
If not-
we'll
Oh, no,
play
not
at-
so
not
far.
so far. We'll
But-
play at least
by
100
the
shows.
end-
Yeah,
that was
by the end of the
no
year.
doubt.
By the end of the year.
That was like,
Played like 600 billion shows so far. Dude. Like, play all the time.
Okay, maybe
More
my
shows than
estimate.
anyone. Your band,
More
more
than you,
shows,
dude.
well, way more, dude. That's badass, dude. Well, I love it. I mean, how was it like? I don't really know that much about Raleigh. Done a bunch of Chapel Hill, a bunch of Clemson stuff, and like, but like Raleigh, what was the scene like there? Being a young band, was it pretty easy to get going?
I mean,
Ooh.
it was. I mean, it was pretty smooth for us because we just like knew people who would
Yeah.
just be like, "Yeah, we need a band," and we cool. Like
Yeah.
we would just pull up and do that. But I mean, as we started, it seemed like like a big band when we started was Late Notice.
Yeah,
if you
they're
know
not
them.
a thing anymore, right?
Yeah, they
Shout out
broke
Late
up, but they were.
Notice.
I mean, they were awesome. They killed it. And, like we kind of came up at the same time.
Okay.
And, like we did a couple shows with them as well. But like
Yeah.
we started, and then like it seemed like since we started, like it was like it's not our fault. I think it was just like whatever, like post COVID or whatever. Like it seemed like 10 bands started when we did,
right.
and that's
is
still
great.
kind of continuing in Raleigh.
Yeah.
Like, I still see a ton of new bands just kind of popping up out of nowhere.
Yeah, like the live scene in Raleigh now, like they got like a bunch of like house venues and stuff.
yeah,
and,
Wedge
like,
and all that
new,
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just played there.
yeah.
That DIY
really cool.
scene is
The DIY scene
huge
is
That's
in
what you
awesome.
always hear about, because you used to hear about it in Boone. Everybody be like, dude,
Yeah,
Boone's
yeah.
the
Boone
fucking
was the
house
spot, yeah.
show. And
Boone
then
was
not
the spot.
anymore now,
Yeah,
right, for
Boone
the
had
house
all
show.
this stuff happened. Then Raleigh, like when me and Jerome were going to college, like when we were sophomores and juniors, like we would always be going to the DIY venues to see shows. That was like where music was happening in Raleigh.
So cool.
But we were, I think, just because we started off in the fraternity side of things, we were never super involved in that side of it until like later on.
Okay.
So I can't speak too much on that as like being part of it, but we definitely were like going to see the DIY shows and
Yeah.
they were sick. But
That's dope.
I think we had a non-traditional comeuppance
Yeah.
in Raleigh as far
Yeah,
as
getting an
that.
agent on like show one is pretty different. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
we
It's
got
like-
super lucky.
It-
yeah.
yeah,
we
it's
got
kinda
very
crazy.
lucky.
Well, that's interesting though, because like Raleigh, like I know people talk about Poorhouse. You say anything about Poorhouse, they're like, "Oh, dude, if you're not 21, you can't get in." You know, so it's like kind of like the house scene thing kind of works better in a lot of spots, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just people come out to the house shows.
Yeah,
Like,
they
you-
do,
like,
man. I was
you'll get
impressed.
a crowd of hundreds of people at
Yeah.
the house show. So it's the
They
spot.
shut down the places that people could get in.
Really?
Like the under 21 places.
Yeah, yeah.
Deep South was really good for a while.
I don't know.
I played there in high school and
Yeah.
stuff, and they shut that place down. And then Emerge was actually not too bad for a while either, and that was kind of like the other underage place for like the young scene.
Interesting. How about
Also a
Kings? You guys
venue.
ever done Kings? I hear stuff about
Yeah,
Kings.
Yeah,
we did
Kings
we did
just-
an indie night there. It's
it
like
cool?
yeah, it like just reopened.
Yeah.
Kings
Yeah.
did, and we were like, oh my god, it was so fun.
Was it? You like it better than Poorhouse or same, similar?
I don't know. We
worse?
haven't played Poorhouse in a while.
Yeah,
but we
since
played
the
Kings.
dreaded Easy Honey show.
No,
The
Show Rock.
legendary.
Show Rock.
Excuse me.
No, we haven't played in a while there, but Poorhouse is always fun. But when we did that show, Kings, it was like this whole indie night thing. There was 4 bands. It was just a
Yeah.
good show overall.
Was it that Ruha band or what's that fucking band?
Oh, yeah.
Rona?
That's
Rona,
it. Yeah, they do like the whole
Rona.
tour with
Dude,
it. That's
which is
kind
a
of cool.
genius way
Yeah,
to do
smart.
your tour, by the
So
way. Those guys
smart.
blew my mind. When
They-
we were
Right?
talking about
They're
it.
tough,
Killed
right?
it, too.
Yeah.
They're really,
They're really good. They got it down pat.
Yeah, and it's smart because like bands want to be a part of that. You know, it's like you
Yeah.
get like really good support like without asking. Like it's pretty dope. It's pretty
Yeah.
smart. Interesting. I don't know where I was going with that. Raleigh house scene, and I think it's kind of interesting how like honestly Raleigh kind of like swallows up Boone a little bit, and like there's Boone bands that I kind of think of Raleigh. You know, like Satellite Dog or like I don't know, like some of those bands. Like I don't even think of those as Boone bands. You know what I mean? It's like I think of them as Raleigh. I don't know. Maybe that's just wrong. Maybe that's just because I'm from Georgia, but like you know what I mean, kind of.
I played in a high school band with a lot of the guys in Satellite Dog.
Really?
In Raleigh, and that's actually how I met all these guys.
No way, dude. Okay, are they?
Yeah.
They still play a lot, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out. They just put out an EP today. Shout out
Satellite
Shout out
Dog.
Satellite
Satellite
Dog.
Can you push that clip in again? I think it jumped out of your mic. Try it again. Now talking to it.
Good.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah. Sorry, just keep an eye
Jackson?
on that. That's a shitty cable.
My fault.
No, it's
Yeah,
all my
no,
cables are
it's,
beat to fuck. Sorry, what were you saying?
But yeah,
Satellite
no,
Dog.
it's interesting how many bands like kind of have their roots in Raleigh, even if
Yeah.
they've gone other places now.
Yeah, and I think it's cool that like honestly, if anything, the North Carolina scene as a whole is kind of underrated in my opinion. You don't really hear people talk about it, but I'm like, honestly, there's more places to play than Georgia. It's like you got Boone, you got Chapel Hill, you got Raleigh, all right there. You know, like I'm
Yeah.
trying to think. High Point. I don't know if that counts, but like shit
I know-
like that,
I know
right?
Pageant's from High Point.
Yeah,
I was
Pageant's
talking to
cool.
one of those guys, and he said there wasn't too much out there.
Okay, what else
that's the
am I
thing about,
missing?
about the North Carolina bands? Kind of like you were saying, is that like if you're a Boone band or a Wilmington band or a High Point band or Raleigh, you're gonna play all of those.
Yeah,
places.
like
It's
Wilmington,
gonna be so close.
Greensboro. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like
And I feel like
Yeah.
it's like Raleigh. The biggest bands that I think have come out of Raleigh are probably like the Connells, American Aquarium, those guys. But like
Yeah.
it's different than like in Athens where it's like, drive-by truckers,
Yeah,
Future
yeah.
Birds, REM, and all
yeah.
that. But REM. But Raleigh's definitely like grown. Like I said, like I'm 2 years older than Eric and Jerome, and
Yeah.
when I was in college, that house show thing just was non-existent. I never
Really?
heard about it at all. And then when I was a senior, and I was a senior when we started Harvey Street, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it was like all these bands and all these
Yeah.
like house shows and all that, and I was like, oh my gosh,
Which
Like, I
think
wish I would
that's
have had
dope.
this.
Yeah, I think that's so cool. Like that used to be a thing here in Athens, and the cops just shut it down where it's not possible now. But there's so
Yeah.
many venues it doesn't matter. But I just think it's interesting. I think Raleigh's
Yeah, they
cool,
started
too.
cracking down like a little bit in Raleigh, just
Yeah.
because like the sound ordinance thing. Like,
Yeah, I've
you
heard the
know.
shows are earlier, right? Like
Earlier.
they'll do like fucking, by George at 7 or some shit.
Yeah.
Be done by 8, right? Or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, now like people are pushing it earlier just because they don't want to get shut down.
Yeah.
But the Wedge, like, thankfully they haven't been shut down yet.
I love the Wedge and I love Nick. Nick talks very highly of you guys, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh,
Nick
Nick's
is-
the man. Yeah, I
Nick
saw
is
he's
a
running
good
sound
guy.
for y'all. Dude,
Good, yeah.
Nick subbed in for drums with us.
Yeah.
We did a 3-night run with stoplight observations.
Yeah.
And our drummer couldn't do it. And we were like, Nick.
Nick, we
Nick
need
is
you.
like the Swiss Army knife of North Carolina music. If you
Yeah.
have any problems, text Nick.
Yeah.
He'll know exactly what to
He
do.
came and sat, or he didn't sit in, but he came and ran sound for us for one UNC thing. And I was like, what are you doing for like 4 months? And we booked him for like every show we had. He's been on the road
He's
list for
so
every
good
road.
at it, man.
He's great. He's
Yeah.
great.
He's
Yeah.
so good.
Beyond technical prowess, too. He's just like the coolest. Dude.
Yeah, he is,
Such
man.
a
He's
nice-
fucking bad. Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
fucking good hang, which is important.
Yeah.
No,
Hold on
that's
one
like as big as like having the talent as having just being able to like.
Yeah, if anything,
Be a
more
cheerleader.
important. Like if
Yeah.
you're a better hang, you can suck, but like I
Right.
don't. I'll be down to hang. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm gonna change
absolutely.
your cable out right quick. It's giving me hell. Hold on. What were we talking about? All right, we're talking about Nick. Good
Nick
cat.
Moy.
Great
Talking
dude.
about Nick.
Per
Per usual.
podcast about Nick.
Episode
course.
12 of talking about Nick.
Dude,
I
Nick
love
is a
it.
Dude, his
beaming
hair.
ray of
I
sunshine.
I want to talk about
bro.
him next.
Oh
Wait,
my
I didn't get to
God.
say anything nice. Wait.
So as a band, all right. So you guys, you've been touring for a little while now. Second tour, put out 12 to 15 songs ish, give or take. Right? EP just dropped. When did you guys kind of start making the transition from like playing the frat shows and well, I guess assume you're still playing fraternity shows, but like, playing 3 hours of covers to like playing Harvey Street tunes every night? What was that like?
It was, pretty great. I do have to say, we have to credit the Stews a lot.
Yeah.
Because they kind of like, without them, we would not be doing what they're doing. Because they just brought us into these like huge shows. Like we
Yeah.
did that Lincoln one back in July of 2022. And then 4 months later, they're like, yo, we're doing Cat's Cradle.
Yeah.
Like, you want to come open for us there? And so they just kind of put us in front of these big audiences where we
Yeah.
were like, all right, we need to have like more originals because
Yeah.
like we don't want to go out there and just play a bunch of covers. So that was kind of like a push to kind of do that.
Of course.
And when we came up with it was Baylor. It was the song Irish Goodbye.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
like
I love
that was
one,
like
by
that was
the
like
way.
right when the band started.
Yeah.
Like that summer we were jamming on that, and that was like the first song where we started playing it. People were like, "Oh, like play Irish Goodbye." Like everyone was kind of into that one. Like that was a song that people like knew, and we were
Yeah.
like, "Okay, I think we can keep doing this." And like
Yeah.
we just kind of kept adding more and more until people just really jived with it, and we
Yeah.
were like, "All right, let's just keep doing originals." And so that's like all we focus on now. And covers are only just get the crowd fired up now,
Yeah.
so we try and just really stick to our own stuff.
Yeah. Fill a lot of time. I guess 3 hour set. You got to play some covers, or do
Oh,
you guys?
for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we don't have enough. We don't have enough originals.
We had a similar situation too prior to the first tour where
Yeah.
it was like, okay, we just need to write more songs in
Yeah.
order to tour on them.
Yeah,
it was
of
kind of
course.
frustrating touring on like unreleased originals.
Yeah, it's
but
like
we got in with like 3 or 4 days of rehearsals, and we were like, we need a set list of
Yeah.
new songs. Like it's time to go. And Rand came in with a couple ideas, like
That
first
whole
chorus,
EP.
chords,
Yeah.
and we just turned them all into songs as a band.
Let's
And,
go.
like, got them out the door, and we're like, all right, we're ripping the tour. Like,
Yeah.
see if people like these songs or not.
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. Just pure necessity, but we kind of figured out our songwriting process. Like,
Interesting.
Moving forward
Yeah.
as a result of that.
By necessity. That's great. The
Yeah.
best way to do it, man.
Yeah.
Ran
I know.
is our songwriting guy.
Glazing.
He's our monkey at
The glazing is
typewriter.
crazy.
Glazing.
The beat writing
No,
is
I
unreal.
don't fuck with him. I don't fuck with him. He just writes the songs.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, Ran writes like 1 million songs
Yeah.
every day, and so we picked 6 of them that he felt really strongly about and that we liked, and
Yeah.
were able to just crank them out into full tunes
That's
whenever
awesome.
we had the time. So
I
Dude,
would
they
say-
sound great.
Thank you. Baylor did write Beautiful Morning. He
Yeah, I
wrote
like
the
that one
chorus
too.
of that, but the other ones, those other 5 were like these 5 ideas that, all of them helped me out with that. I just come in with like chord progressions and like some lyrics in the chorus, and they, we all turn it into one cohesive
Yeah,
thing where it's
make
like
it a thing.
how everyone puts in their own touch. But yeah, the other 5 was Shotgun, Great Escape, Free Myself, Another Bad Year, and Cheapskate. Yeah. So I came in with those. I was like, all right, here are the ones. Like, we have 3 days to turn these into songs. Like, what are we going to do?
I think Cheapskate is the catchiest one. That one's
nice.
That is my favorite. And it gets no love.
It was getting slept on at the
so
beginning.
much.
It was slept on very hard.
Yeah.
Now made its way to the Spotify top 5.
Let's go, dude.
Yeah, we're fired up.
I think that one's catchy, man.
That makes me so happy that you like that one.
That was for sure my favorite. I love that.
song.
And I like Irish Goodbye, just the concept of it. I'm like, that's like a good like topic, like subject matter. Like I wish I'd have thought of that. That's good.
Yeah, it was like
fucking good. I love it, dude. I mean,
wait, that was I remember because we had been jamming on that like the
Yeah.
and then it was when I was still in college, and my roommate was just like, I literally pulled an Irish Goodbye. He was like, dude, you should write a song called Irish Goodbye. And I remember that lick was in my head. I was like, it was like a light bulb. I was like, let's go. 1 + 2. I was like,
love it, man. So is that kind of like, is Irish Goodbye kind of like the I don't know what I'd call it, but like the key track that you guys have built your church on? You know what I mean?
that
Pretty
and Betty
much,
were the
yeah.
two
Crying it?
that like
Okay.
people love Betty. Like they love people love Betty. But I mean, out of all of our songs, people tend to lean towards, out of what we've done so far, lean towards like Betty and Irish Goodbye.
Okay, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
I like the earlier frat gigs when we only had Irish Goodbye written.
Yeah.
We would play it like 4 times.
Yeah,
3 hours set. Just like it was the
Yeah, and
only
then
song
someone
we
new
had.
would always come in and be like, "Play
We'd be
Irish
like,
Goodbye."
Irish Goodbye. Some dude who just got there
Yeah.
would be like, "Play Irish Goodbye," and be like, "We just finished Irish Goodbye. Run it back
Again.
Okay.
Oh, those are core memories right there.
Yeah, it was one big party.
Yeah, so tell me, all right, so you guys are, all right, so you're writing most of them and you bring them in, everybody puts their jazz on them. You guys had any trouble, like, you know, like sometimes is it like weird to like get a hold of them on you guys' end or not really? Or is it just like, they sound pretty free flowing, like everybody's just doing their thing kind of, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we just started jamming on it. Like
Yeah.
usually, like this, we just had a session like 2 weeks ago where I just had these 2 chord progressions. One we had already worked on prior, and we're just
Okay.
kind of like whatever. But I had a brand new one, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, let me just like, I have my guitar and this mic, like let me just play through it once so y'all get an idea of it.
Yeah.
And then everyone just kind of hops in, and we just kind of like jam on it.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
this last, Jerome didn't make it for the first one, so it was just, you know, Jerome's guitars, keys, and we were like, all right, I think this is something good. But then once Jerome came in with his bass, then we were like, oh, here we go. Like that's
We're
the
in
whole
this now.
thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
all
Holding
coming
it
together.
down.
So it's like, you know, everyone has their own piece, and it's just playing a lot of shows together.
Yeah.
It just helps make it more cohesive and like bring it together.
So that kind of like jam root, like you said, you guys are just kind of like a jam band at the start. Is that kind of how you guys write songs in a way, right? Like you
kind of,
Kinda.
but like it's more of a song.
Yeah.
It's not like a, you know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
8 minutes and it's not going on
For
to
sure.
different places.
Yeah, we
right?
try to be like intentional with the writing now. Like,
Yeah.
oh, like how are we gonna play this part of this second
Yeah.
verse? You know, like
Yeah.
trying to
I
make it
feel
different.
like the way we get a feel for a song is kind of jam band esque. We'll really
Yeah.
loop something until
Yeah.
we all are playing something we really are happy with.
That's cool. Yeah.
and
I
then
think that's
and
pretty
then once we have
rare.
that, we'll be like, all right, what's the structure? So it's always like feel, structure,
Yeah.
and then you have a song.
And then Rand will always like send stuff in like the group chat if we're not like meeting up and be like, "Yo, I got the gas," and then he'll send it and we'll be like, "Oh, sick! Yeah, let's
a lot
run
of
that.
times,
He does have the guys.
Let's run that." And
a
then
lot of times they
back
don't
and-
respond. I'll send like 3 and I get no response. I'm like, these are terrible. These are so bad.
How often are you bringing like full words in for the whole song?
Almost never.
Almost
Yeah,
never. So
almost
it goes through
never.
that
I'll have
process.
like a
and then-
chorus. I usually like can come up with like a chorus like
Yeah.
in my head or like a hook line.
Mhm.
Like we have one that someone's like, "Oh God, I can't breathe." It's like
Yeah.
something like that. And, like,
Yeah.
that just kind of comes out of nowhere. And for the verses, we have to have the song together. Then I can come home and be like,
Yeah,
"All right,
think about it.
let's write this out."
I feel like
Brandon-
most of them. Oh, sorry. No, you go. You go.
I was just gonna say, Rand is the expert at singing words he doesn't know himself.
Love it. Love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
He's so good at it. He's so good at it. People
Care
come
to
up and be like,
elaborate?
"Dude, I love the lyrics," and Rand was literally like,
Freezing.
On our most recent tour, you would just notice people like singing along to songs that are unreleased, and it's
Yeah.
like Rand didn't know the words yet. It's like how
I didn't have
do you
words
possibly
written
know
for,
the
like-
words?
we had that. Yeah. That entire EP, aside from Beautiful Morning, I didn't have lyrics for any of those 5 songs, except for like maybe some like chorus lines.
Yeah, yeah.
And so up until we recorded it at Wolfgang's studio, I just was like making stuff up. I was just like, all right, shotgun, and I was like, ba-da-da-da. Like it was so so dumb, but like I don't
That's
know.
great,
It was kind
though.
of a fun process to kind of like
Yeah.
figure out like really lock in how I was gonna sing it and stuff because no one knows the song. But it
Yeah.
was like after a while, there's like one guy who's like, I don't think he's saying anything.
Yeah, someone caught on.
No way, dude.
Someone
we,
caught on.
We went to the Flatiron in Greensboro. It's an
Yeah.
awesome venue, but they
Yeah.
one of the things they do like live recordings of the set.
Okay.
And we were listening back to it after with the sound guy. He was like, "Did he just sing the same verse twice?"
Yeah.
We were like, "Probably."
Yeah.
You know? But it sounds great, and in the moment, it's just like such a feeling. You
Yeah.
know? People like.
I wish I
Vibe
could
with
say it
energy.
shows, but I mean, they feel like full songs to me when I hear them on Spotify. It doesn't sound like you're like. I mean, obviously you ended up writing it,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
you know what I mean. It's like still doesn't
lyrics
feel
do
like you
come
just
eventually.
scattered something that didn't have any meaning. Like it feels like it has meaning, if that makes sense.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it was just straight up nonsense at first, but then after a while, it's like, choruses are easy.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
choruses can kind of like I'm not like this. I'm not that impressive, but I can just
Yeah.
choruses are just easy. I think you
Yeah.
probably know.
No, I know
from
what you
writing
mean.
your stuff. I think choruses are just more fun, and you're like,
Yeah.
like here we go. Like this is the main part, but like verses, you kind of have to sit down and be like, all right,
Yeah.
like,
What
how
kind of
can we make this
profound shit?
interesting?
Like
Put
sometimes
on.
I get worried about it. You write a good chorus, I'm like, damn, I hope I can make the rest of it live up to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
it's
damn,
like-
I hope this rest of this can slap. You know?
Yeah, so you gotta kind of be like, all right, let's have fun with the verse.
Yeah.
Like, let's try and see like how we can make the lyrics just kind of fun or something like
I
that.
feel like there's always like a guitar thing happening in the chorus too. That's like a counter melody and like everyone that's like super tough. Like it's not very like it's not super loud, but it's like it's there and I feel it. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah, and that recording process was interesting too because Josh and Jackson started
Yeah.
probably in September because the other two guys, Frank and Baylor, they couldn't do the tour. They're
Yeah.
like both about to get, or one of them's married, one of them just got
Gotcha.
engaged.
Yeah.
They got houses, and they're just like we love those guys to death. But they're
We
like,
don't wanna lose the
we
house.
just they cannot lose the house. So we got brought. And they've been fucking incredible
Yeah.
replacements.
Good deal.
And they're Harvey Street now. This
Yeah,
is
it
Harvey
feels
Street.
like
and
it, yeah.
so this last recording process was Free Myself Another Bad Year and Beautiful Morning. Baylor
Yeah.
and Frank did their parts on it and recorded it.
Okay.
Then Shotgun Cheapskate and Great Escape was them. So it's
Yeah.
kind of fun to have the whole seven there meshing and all that. But Jackson's lead lines on Shotgun
Yeah.
are my favorite. Like those
Yeah, I
are
like
insane.
Thank you, man.
It's like very nice, well thought out counter melodies that aren't getting in the way. If that makes sense.
That's something that I really try and emphasize because
Yeah.
it's so important that I feel like the vocal melody needs to be what people remember.
Yeah.
But if you can like bolster that with something that's like offsetting but not distracting, that's really
Yeah.
the perfect balance.
Like an underlick is what I think they call it. That's dope.
It's like
Yeah.
so much harder. Like I feel like writing a catchy lick is not the super difficult part. It's
Yeah.
writing a catchy lick that still
That's
allows
not-
the vocals to be, the meat of the song.
Yeah.
You know, it's
That's
like
a
the
lot of truth to that.
vocals are the icing or the cake, and then the icing's like the guitar,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah. Makes a lot tastier. I love it. Dude. And it's like
Absolutely.
never, I think it's important to note that it's like if you turn what you did way up, like it would be a problem. But you guys put it
Exactly.
at such a good level that it's like you're still, you know what I mean? It's working.
Yeah,
I don't know.
definitely.
I don't
No,
know.
and that's like thanks to the producer.
Yeah,
definitely.
Wolfgang's a good cat, right? I've talked to him a bunch. You guys like working with him?
Dude,
He's
yeah.
the
Shout out
best.
Wolfgang.
Yeah. I wish I was in
the
fucking
man.
Charleston. I'd work with him some, but I'm just never down there. You know?
Yeah, he's the man. He just makes it super easy.
Yeah.
Like I was kind of nervous going in there because I'd never been in like a studio and recorded, but he's
Yeah.
like here's your spot. Like I already got it laid out for you. Like all that stuff. He makes it like a real easy process.
And his
which is
track
really-
record's getting pretty damn good, man. He's got a good resume going on.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got this whole new Stews album.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet. But
Yeah.
Band of Horses.
he's-
Yeah,
Stove.
yeah.
he's put up
Future
a picture
Birds.
that the Dip was in there.
The Dip.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Damn,
the Dip
dude.
were in there.
Good for him, man.
Yeah.
No, I think he's such a great like producer and all, but
Yeah.
one of his best skills is being such a good arbiter. Like,
Yeah, which is
he
important.
knows how to navigate like,
Yeah.
bands in there.
It's hard, dude. It's fucking.
Yeah,
that's
there's like nerves and stuff, and
Yeah.
he knew exactly what to say to get us comfortable and to be
Yeah.
playing our best.
Yeah, like when we were tracking Free Myself, he was like, he stopped us like halfway and was like, guys, you got to put some fuck in it. And we were like,
You're right.
Well
yeah.
said. Well
yeah,
said.
yeah, it felt like a low energy take 'cause we live recorded everything, and he
Yeah.
was just like, that was kind of half-assed. He was like, let's do that. And I was like, he's like a coach.
Yeah.
I was like,
Which
yes,
is
sir.
just important. I mean, you got to make it sound good, but like if the vibe is not set right by the producer, it'll fuck up the good. You know how good your drums are mic'd up. You know what I'm saying? It'll fuck that
Yeah.
up if the vibe isn't right.
For sure, and Charleston's such a cool environment to go
Yeah.
record in, like just by the water. Like my brother lives down there, so I was
Yeah.
hanging out with him, and he popped in the studio, and it was just a good time to get. We're about to get back down there
Are you?
end of June to do like 2 songs. We're gonna do track by track this time.
Gotcha.
To try and get a little more creative. But yeah, I'm just excited to work with him again. He's the best.
Yeah, man. Well, it's good that it seems like you guys have really set a fast pace of like, all right, we're gonna put shit out, and we're gonna put like a pretty good amount of shit out, like a lot, you know. Yeah. So I think that's important. A lot of early bands miss that, you know what I mean? And like even myself, took me a while to figure that out. That would like, you know, get people excited and make people want to keep coming back and shit. So
that was one thing Garrett at Atlas was telling us. Just like get the songs out, get a lot of different stuff for people to listen to. And now that we've kind of accomplished like that round of this EP, we're really looking to drill down in these like singles moving forward. And like, all right, here's like the best 2 songs we've ever done.
Well, I think the EP is already a huge dub. How many of them are in the top 5 on Spotify? At least 3 of them, right?
4,
yeah.
And
4 of them.
There were only Free Myself was a single.
Yeah, Free Myself was a single, and then we put out the rest of it, which I was nervous about because that was a big, like 6 songs to me was like, oh my God, I hope people listen to all of it. But we just put a lot into promo and kind of like really focused on that, and it's doing better than I thought it would.
It's doing great, dude. I saw one of the just like album, or I guess you'd call it EP cut, album cut. You know what I mean? Like a lot of those in the top 3. I mean, people are checking it out. They're going down to song 5. They're listening to song 6. You know what I mean? It's like that's badass, dude.
Thank you, man.
I think Free Myself's a great song too. I really like the phrasing on that as well. To like, you know, you hear like let somebody go and all that shit a lot, but like free myself is a different way to say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I think it's cool.
Yeah, I had a lot of that is like you find like a meaning for the song afterwards because I was kind of like write lyrics and I was like, what was I talking about?
Hey, well, stay in touch with that, man. That works. You know, there's something to be said about that. Not unconscious, but fucking, I don't know, like subconscious. There you go. Yes, dude. Nice. Yeah.
Jerome, you trying to put a gold star on me?
Beat writing is crazy.
It's unreal.
Oh my God. All right. So tell me about, we've covered Free Myself. We've covered Cheapskate. Beautiful Morning, you said that the other fellow wrote, correct? Or chorus stuff?
So, Beautiful Morning, Baylor wrote the music for that one.
Okay.
And he actually came up with the Beautiful Morning line.
Really?
He was the one who was like,
I like it.
So it started out as just like almost like really like dark song.
Really?
It was like an E minor. It was like boom, 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 boom. And like it was like, so when I wrote those lyrics, it was like supposed to be like this super sad song.
Yeah.
But then we changed it. He was like, what if it was literally just G, C, E minor, and like just kept going back. And then he came up with that riff, and they just became like this happy song of like, it's a beautiful morning.
Yeah, it feels
so
amazing.
happy.
Yeah,
It's
it's
our
like
happiest
so
song.
good. Yeah.
Like originally it was like, this is a sad song.
Yeah. But I feel like even the other ones, like they have a certain vibe where like I can tell the lyrics aren't like happy, but it's never like, oh man, this one's depressing. Like it's like there's always the vibe. Like it always feels like a good vibe. You know what I mean? Like a good time, right?
Yeah.
Is that purposeful kind of for the vibe of the band, or just how the cards fall?
I don't know.
Any plans of writing any dark music?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's funny with like I said about like the meme with stuff. It's funny how like you saying that, it's always cool to hear.
Yeah.
Like how people kind of receive it. Because I remember like one was like a big one was like Betty. Like Betty was just like this nonsense song, but it kind of became like a big deal. Like in Raleigh, like I don't know, people all thought it was about this one person, which was cool. Like,
Yeah,
then
we'll
I
take
mean,
that.
people were talking about it.
Yeah.
But like, you know, the chorus was just like that. We came up with that like on the spot.
Yeah.
Like
That
we
was
just like
a ridiculous
Damn.
song. We had written we'd written Need Me To and Don't Care in that day. Like as a band, we got together and like got the demos. And then after those, we were like, we're on fire. Like, let's write a song about Frank's dog.
Yeah.
And then we did, and that was Betty. Like right then. It was
go.
just like
Really?
3 chords the whole time, and it was our most popular song.
just
I think.
super
Yeah.
simple.
There's
It was
something
just
to
a
be
lot of
said
fun.
about that, man. I always saying on here, those ones that you just kind of grab out of the ether, man. Those are kind of the good ones sometimes. You don't think about it too hard. Get out of your own way kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
and it's
interesting.
just fun. Like the simpler, the better.
Yeah,
sometimes.
right. I love that about the songs are all pretty short. They're not like I don't have to hang in there for 8 minutes. You know what I mean? Like some jam bands try to get me on. When you guys aren't a jam band, but like you know what I mean. It's like a tough sell sometimes. You know.
Yeah.
But even like Another Bad Year, like it doesn't feel negative. You know what I mean? It feels positive.
Yeah, that song's
you
just
know
like
what I'm saying?
that song's just
Sounds
like
like a
I
good
always thought
feel
that song was just
jive.
kind of just
Right?
funny.
Yeah.
Like, I was just always
It's like a funny concept.
just like goofy. Like damn, this year
Yeah.
sucked.
Yeah.
Like maybe like we just gotta take the L. Like, gotta keep
Gotta
going.
take the
The whole concept behind Another Bad Year is
Yeah.
fuck the consumer.
Interesting.
The consumer
They don't know what they
doesn't
want.
The
another
consumer
bad
doesn't
year.
want another bad
Yeah.
year,
They're
but they
begging
got
for
it.
to stop, but we won't stop.
That makes me think of that Henry Ford quote. He's like, if I'd have asked the consumer what they wanted, they'd have said faster horses. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
No, it's clowning the dude from Oasis.
Which
Noel Gallagher.
Oh, yeah, he said, fuck the consumer, yeah. Nobody wanted the Sex Pistols either. I saw the fucking...
We were like, that's another bad year, dude.
Another bad year, man. Fucking right, dude.
We all thought it was, well, Jerome in particular thought it was terrible, and then it wound up doing
Jerome
pretty well.
Yeah.
I was the biggest
Come on,
hater for
Jerome.
this song. No,
Jerome has this thing where he hates all
no.
the music we make for like a solid 3 months,
Bro.
and then he'll like it for a month, and then go back to hating it. But you gotta catch him at that sweet
no, I'm a
spot.
contrarian at heart. You know, I do it for shits and
Well,
gigs.
it wasn't even like he was
sometimes.
being like crazy. He just texted. He was like, another bad year is probably my least favorite one. We were just like, we were
He
like,
gained
damn.
nothing from pointing that out. Just like, fuck it, I'm gonna send it.
Just a
Yeah,
little.
like no text above
Yeah.
it, just like
Yeah, no
6:58
context.
p.m. Another bad year's my least favorite. Like, damn, dude, we recorded it already.
It's too late.
We're
Why don't you
straight
distro
up.
kid?
We're straight up our own biggest haters. Like
which
no
is
one,
good.
like
No,
we'll
I think
never
that's
have
good.
haters that will be bigger haters than we are.
You
of
clearly have
ourselves.
not seen our Instagram comments, John. It's bad.
There was one guy on Free Myself just said generic, and then my roommate like commented back at him. He's like, "Fuck off."
Yeah, it'd be like,
Oh my god, man, that's hilarious.
no, but to
Yeah, we've
now
been lucky.
preface.
We've only
Well-
had like one hater so far.
We need
That's
more.
good. If
Gotta do
anything, the more
at
the
least
better.
6.
That's how you know you're good when you start getting them.
You need haters.
Exactly.
Well, what's the reason? Like, are you just like when
No,
you say you don't like it, you
truthfully,
just
like-
think you can do better? Is that
No,
what you
no,
mean?
no. Truthfully, like, it's not like I hate the songs that we
Yeah.
play. It's just
I hope not. Holy fuck!
no, of course. It's just like one of
Any
my
other
least
bands
favorite.
out
Yeah.
there, I would say.
I'm just saying, like, out of the 6, like, it's probably like my 4th or 5th favorite.
Yeah.
You know.
Fair. No, that's fair. That's fair.
What's the 6? What's the 6?
What's worse?
What's worse? Like, I don't know. Like,
Just don't say it.
They're all bad.
Well, there's room for
no,
improvement.
but like, okay. Like, it's probably like one of my more favorite now because the bass line is actually like fun to play.
yeah.
You know.
And that can affect it. Like I have some songs that are, like fun to play on guitar, but like the
Yeah.
drummer hates it. It's like, oh, I get it. Yeah,
You know what I mean. Yeah.
It's like, okay, I feel you.
It's
bro.
like one of
You know
those.
what I mean? So
Like, no hate to the song. I actually do like the song.
yeah.
No, yeah, and
Interesting.
and to credit him too, it's so important to have like that contrarian. So that
Yeah.
not everyone's just like
That makes you
hell
better.
yeah,"
You
know?
can't be
Yeah.
like, dude, we're
Yeah.
so good. It's like-
Yeah,
it's
if everybody's like a yes man around you, it's like, all right, we're never going to do more than what we're doing. You know what I
Absolutely,
mean? So
yeah.
that's great, dude. I fucking love that. I like Shotgun. I don't know. I've only listened to Shotgun a couple times, so I can't really speak on it. Where did that one come from?
That was like super. It started off super generic.
Yeah.
It was like bar chords. It was the same like riffs, like the da 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 da, but it was these bar chords. And I remember Jerome was the guy who was like, that's kind of like that's kind of generic.
Yeah.
Like, and like we kind of changed it to I just threw a capo in first and just I played those chords with like these two. Keep it on the E and B string, like at the same
Keep it
spots
open,
the
yeah.
whole time.
Yeah, I love that.
And like it just kind of like came together, and then Jerome was me like, yep, like that
Yeah.
one's good. But yeah, that one was again just kind of random. I was just like watching a movie, and I just like couldn't stop playing those chords.
Yeah.
I had like my electric unplugged, and I sent it to them. I sent them like 10 different demos, like because I kept switching it up because Jerome was like, I don't know, it's not there yet. But so I just kept switching it up, and then finally he was like, yep, that's the one.
Fuck yeah,
So that's
dude.
like why Jerome's like he does that. It's funny, but it does
Yeah.
help a lot.
It helps. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. When in doubt, throw a capo on the first and,
Yeah,
and get
I
to
was
work.
like, I was like, I know this is good because
Yeah.
I just kept sending more and more demos.
Interesting. And the subject matter on that one, I couldn't really quite get a grasp on. Any intel about what that one's about?
I don't know. It's just
That
kind of
one-
nonsense.
That one feels a little scatty to me.
It's-
I like
yeah,
that. though.
it's
I like
kinda
Me,
that.
every
so-
time I listen to it, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get my life back in track, kind of thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
All
Little
of the
bit.
songs are about girls.
I love
All
it,
of the
dude. Good deal, man.
They're all about one girl. We just can't get over her.
We don't
Name?
know who she is. We don't know.
IG
haven't met her
handle.
yet.
Next couple songs are all about going to war.
Yes, dude. And consumerism. Consumerism. Yes. Consumerism and war, dude. I love it.
The military-industrial complex.
Yeah, it's like when you listen to the Stew, it's either just like, damn girl, I miss you, or just like, I fucking hate paying taxes.
Fuck Taxman. Taxman sucks ass, dude.
They're like 9 to 5 jobs. Get that shit out of here. It's so
I love
good,
all
though.
the Taxman references, dude. He kills me with that. I love it. So what do you guys think? All right, so the songs you're recording, you said, was it July or some shit you guys are going to do
Yeah,
something?
late June. So we have a show at the Royal in Charleston on Friday, June 28th. And then I think I got that right. And then on Saturday, June 29th. We're actually playing with the Stews at Greenfield Lake Amphitheater.
Dude, that's sick. I saw that. That's
we're fired
dope,
up
bro.
for that one. But so that Thursday and Friday we're gonna be in Wolfgang's.
Yeah. Oh, the same days you're playing or the days before?
So the day we play in Charleston, we'll be in the studio.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so we just have
I
two.
saw the low ticket warning for the amphitheater, and I was like, God damn.
Yeah, we were like, oh
I
my
was like,
gosh.
holy
yeah, it's
shit.
us, the Blue-Footed Boobies. And,
I've never
the
seen
Stews.
them, but I see them on a lot of bills. Are they
Yeah,
good?
they rock. They're
Yeah?
big. They're from Wilmington, so they got
Okay.
that. They got that local pull.
Yeah.
So they'll kill it. They're just like a great little 2-piece. Like
Dope,
they're so
dude.
fun.
They're
Yeah.
sick.
That's
Really
so
talented
awesome.
fellows. And
That's so cool playing at a damn amphitheater. It's an amphitheater, right?
It is.
What's the
Yeah.
cap on it?
I think 1,000,
1,500?
1,100.
Oh, okay. That's smaller than I thought. I was thinking
Yeah.
like 3 or 4, but
That'd
still,
be crazy.
still dope. Still dope.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong. That's
we're still
badass.
so excited.
I love Royal, but dude, I hate that fucking stage, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, damn, when I feel
Yeah.
like I can't even move and it makes me feel uncomfortable, you know what I mean?
yeah,
It's
when
like,
Eric had like
I had an 88
Yeah.
Juno DS, and it's
Yeah.
like,
That's big.
50,
Bigger than
60
this desk.
pounds,
Yeah, I
like,
believe
bigger
it.
than the
88's a lot of
desk.
keys.
And I have like 1 foot on the bar. Like people are ordering drinks, like
Yeah.
passing them. Like we have no room, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
ah. It
Other
was
than that, I
a
love the place,
pain.
though,
Oh
right?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
it
a
makes
you
such a
creative,
cool
yeah.
spot. But I
Yeah.
remember me and Josh got there first, and we were like just walking around looking for the
too.
stage.
Yeah,
we were
I
like,
was like,
dude,
where's
where is it? Then we
Yeah.
sat at the bar and like got food, and then we just like looked up, and I was like, yo,
That's that little
That's it.
sliver right there, is it?
It's right there.
sliver of space. I was like, oh my god.
Right, it makes you get really creative in the setup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rite of passage,
Yeah.
small stage. That's a good deal. Well, who you got playing there with?
Gotta check. Yeah, we just got.
Charleston bands or something?
Yeah, we got
just found
two.
out the openers, so.
And
Okay,
pulled
yeah.
up
So
right-
Weekend Friend and Lightwatch.
Light
Yeah.
I know
Lightwatch.
Lightwatch. No, Dylan Johnson's a good cat. I think his name's Dylan. I've talked to him on the phone some. They're like all
Yeah.
rock. I think they're
Yeah.
from Alabama, right? I'm pretty sure, unless I'm mistaken. Hold on.
Yeah, the last time we played there was a pretty wild lineup. It was When You First, then us,
I
and
hear
then
that's
Colors
cool.
and Corduroy. It was kind of a
Yeah.
crazy 3-band lineup, and like
That's
we
a
sold a
great
ton
bill.
of tickets. So
Yeah.
all those guys are so fun. Like,
yeah,
they're
I
just
think we
cool
might be
dudes.
playing with Winya there in August.
at the Royal.
So, yeah,
Yeah, dude, When You's so good.
they're dope.
Yeah.
dude.
Winya
Yeah,
is
they're
sick.
incredible.
They got
I hear a lot of good
Unreal.
things.
great songwriting. Like they have this song called Mamacita.
Yeah.
They all went back to the hotel, and I was just there alone watching the sound check, and they sound checked this song called Mamacita, and I was like, "That's a hit.
That's
like,
it?
You
That's the
gotta
one?
put that out. Like it's
Yeah.
so good."
Those cats are nice too. They've been really cool. We've talked to them a bunch. Yeah, I've
every
never
time,
seen them though.
Yeah, every time they announce a new song, it's never Mamacita. I'm like, God, come on, dude.
Give me the one I
like, I just
want.
want to listen to
Give me
it.
that Mamacita.
Well, that's badass, dude. That's interesting. All right, so you're going down there recording Wolfgang. How do those songs feel? That's where I was going with this. Like the two that you've got done, or are they done?
Kind of. I
Kind
need
of.
lyrics. I don't have lyrics.
So they're not
So
done.
it's-
The best part is always lyrics.
Yeah.
I think it's all pretty much done. Otherwise, like instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kinda.
they need to play. I think we're gonna start playing them on
Yeah,
the road a little
road
bit.
test it. I
Once
love
I
that.
because we're not doing what we did last time where I just sang with no lyrics. So I
Yeah.
think by next week I'm gonna have lyrics for them.
Yeah.
Just because I can't do that again. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Just Eddie Vettering the whole
It
thing.
was 6 songs too, so we would play like 4 songs in a row with no lyrics, and so I think that was when it got really bad. Like 1 or 2 songs with no lyrics is fine, but when you play a couple in a row, people start getting suspicious.
Yeah, they're like,
looking at you, they're like, what is he talking about?
But I remember we played in Blacksburg at Milk Bar, and these girls were like, "Those new ones are like our favorite songs." We were like, "There's no lyrics."
hey, that means that the
Yeah.
foundation's pretty damn good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Sometimes you just have to make it up. Like I don't know.
Do you have a name for the two that you guys are doing that week? Or I guess you don't because you don't have lyrics.
We do have names for
Let's
them.
go,
Though.
let's go.
I have a chorus for one of them. It's called "Back for a While."
Yeah.
And it's like, I won't sing it.
No, no worries.
They don't even know the one we're
Name
debating
three songs.
between.
Go,
It's the second one's either called "Wanted Man" or "Make a Living on Me" or "Living
Okay.
on Me." So
I
we're
like
kinda
Wanted
deciding
Man
between
a
Yeah.
lot.
Hell
that.
yeah.
We're split on that one, but
What's the vibe like on them? Give me. I want to know what the new music is like. I like doing these and then I can listen to it later.
A
and,
little heavier
Okay.
on Wanted Man / Living on Me.
yeah.
Very like high flying, groovy, rocky,
Okay.
and then Back for a While isn't poppy. It's just like energy, but not heavy. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
yeah,
Do y'all agree with that?
I wouldn't say heavier. I would say a lot more energy. I think
Okay.
there's a lot more just rocking out.
Yeah. Just like
Yeah.
tuning, ripping. You know what
For
I mean?
sure.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
got a big switch up too in the middle. It's one of those songs where it's like like a verse and a chorus, and then like a big transition.
Okay.
And then, like the second part of the song is its own different thing.
No verse 2 kind of
Dude,
vibe?
you just gave away the formula.
Oh, I spoiled it. Damn.
No. Songwriter Formula 101. Take notes, everybody.
Yeah, so it's the most unique we've gotten with structure. So that one I'm excited for. But then the other one, Wanted Man, is like Josh said, real high flying guitar tones screaming above you.
Yeah.
Cool tempo switches.
What's some things about the EP that you guys like? There's always some, like, especially on the early shit, I feel like there's always like you're happy with what you did, but like individually it's like, damn, next thing I'm gonna do this to make it better. Or like, is there anything that you guys were like, all right, we love the EP, but we want to improve on this? Any of that kind of stuff?
Oh yeah, like I mean, like we spent 3-4 days on the EP, or like writing the songs, you know, because we had to like do it to play them for the tour.
Of course.
And then when we got in the studio, we only had 2 days to record all 6 songs.
Oh wow!
And so
really fucking
there
fast.
was like a good amount of like, you know, I can speak for everyone here, just being like, yeah, I could have done this better. Yeah, I could have done that better.
Yeah.
But you know, the way I look at it, if you know, it's not the end of the world, but at the same time, like, you could translate it into a live show and it'd be sick.
Yeah,
So,
you caught that moment. You know what I mean? It's like you guys learning the songs and
like
yourself.
just seize the moment. You know,
That's how they used to fucking do it, man. That's cool, man.
And I think. Sorry, my fault.
No, go ahead.
But yeah, and another big thing too is we didn't record to a click.
Yeah, love that.
Which it was really fun. I think it gave
pull.
a really raw product, but it also meant, you know, we all had to have our best take on the same take, because you can't like punch in and out really like as easy with a click. So I think that this time we definitely want to work on playing to a metronome. Yeah. And try just so we can maybe be a little more creative with the production
afterwards.
Yeah. Because I'm really happy with the live feel of the EP.
Yeah.
But I think getting that like really professional grade sound is kind of the goal with these next two.
That was
one of the things we talked about a lot, like going into the studio prior, was like the old stuff that Jackson and I weren't really a part of for Harvey Street is awesome. It's super dialed up. Production quality is great. But it's missing that like punch. And we were kind of agreeing like, okay, and we've heard a lot of feedback on live shows. People are like, y'all bring the songs to life. You know, like y'all have so much energy up there. So we're trying to get as much of that energy in a studio context as possible. And then I think the next evolution of that is like, how do we get the energy right while we're tracking separately, and then we can get the post-production stuff figured out.
Because it doesn't feel like you're on stage when you put the cans on, you got your little mix going. And it's
it doesn't feel like you're on stage.
And then like you swear you're not going to be nervous, and the first couple of takes you're like, uh-oh, here we fucking go. Everybody's trying to play it perfect, you know, it's just not the same, you know, so you got to catch that, right? Is that what you mean?
Pretty much, it's just like finding the net benefit point. I think that we've got 2 pieces of work, you know, one that's really dialed up and awesome production, and the production is really good on the most recent live EP.
That sounds
as
great.
well.
Sounds fucking awesome.
But you know, we've got super dialed up, super energetic, and how do we bring them together?
Meet them in the middle.
That's great. Another thing about the recording is the idea going into it was like, all right, we're gonna go in here and like film them. We're gonna put them out as like Harvey Street Live or something like that. And so we were all recording in the same room. Okay. So like singing in the same room as the drums. Yeah. Bleed, you know, keys. Like it was like a grand piano playing. So I think in that sense, a lot of the stuff was kind of bleeding into each other, which honestly just made it harder for Wolfgang. He still made it sound really good, but
he did a great job.
It would be honest. Next time when we do it, to kind of like split up, to maybe not mesh, and like to a click would be nice to be able to like punch in for all that. So it was kind of good to just go in there and just be like, all right, 6 songs in 2 days. But now we're kind of going in there and slowing down, like, all right, we're probably just going to do 2 in 2 days and like really dial them in.
Like
what we
lock
want.
in on one and like experiment.
And kind of be there more for the mixing process. Yeah. Because we were kind of just going back and forth over email about like what we want and stuff. So
which is hard.
Be able to kind of like sit there with Wolfgang, kind of be like, oh, let's turn this up or something like that. I think will be a lot more, you know, we'll be able to put in a lot more like.
I think so too, man, because it's really hard, you know, email that kind of shit because you don't really know the repercussions of what you're asking for sometimes. It's like, turn the guitar up. It's like, all right, well, you're going to lose some of that lead vocal. Or, you know what I mean? It's like there's repercussions to like, oh, cut the snare up a lot. You know what I mean? It's like, you got to be cautious of that. So being in there with him, I think that's smart. For sure. Obviously, Wolfgang knows what he's doing, but like, I think being able to lock in on one song is probably a good play. But you guys did it the day. You guys like the Stones in there doing fucking the whole album in the day.
I read Keith Richards' autobiography. He said literally that first album, they were just like in a room. There's like a tape recorder in the middle of the room, and they were just like, go.
Play your set. That's cool though, man. It's good that y'all learn that. I mean, like fucking y'all are so early in the game. I think it's so smart that you haven't done like, you know, every band's in a rush to do the fucking album. They're in a rush to do the first album, you know, and they fucking drop the first album, and it's they haven't learned the things that you guys are learning on this shit. You know what I mean? So now you've learned all this, you can do one more EP and then just destroy them with the album. You know what I mean? And just make masterpieces, which I think is cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or try to. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
for sure. And now that we're doing it different, this recording in the studio, it'll be kind of nice to compare the two and be like, if we try and do a full album or another EP, we can be like, all right, what works best? Or combine the two in some kind of sense.
Yeah, I think so.
Also, like now, more and more, like as we're going through this, like we're becoming more intentional with the music, but also like if we're gonna do an album, we're gonna do another EP. It's like the stuff that we're gonna put on the album, it's got to be like fucking art, you know?
Yeah. So it's like you guys aren't just some fraternity band playing a couple shows now. Like you guys are all in. So, which is important. I think that's dope though, dude. It's good that y'all are thinking about this kind of shit. You know what I mean? It's like that's like next step, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate to just learn like along the way in the process, and everybody's like really open minded. I'll give everyone a lot of credit being open minded to just like evolve as we go, and who knows like how it'll all end up or whatever. But I feel confident we're heading in the right direction and like getting better as we go.
Yeah, well, I've interviewed a lot of bands, and you can frequently tell when they're not all for one for all, and these sorts of things. And you guys give me the vibe that everybody's shooting together here, which is great, by the way.
Yeah,
so
nice.
Nobody's talking over everybody. Everybody's just being chill. Like it seems everybody's talking. You know what I mean? Every now and again, it'll be just these two cats over here that'll talk. You know, the guys in the key seats.
Yeah.
So I get a vibe that you guys are team players here, which I love, man.
Yeah, it doesn't mean we still don't have a couple yappers over there.
Yeah, the two biggest yappers in the
D1 Yap University down here.
All day.
You guys have a van?
We're getting one next
Monday.
What are you guys getting?
08 Ford E350, E350 XLT extended.
Dude.
Not the Transit, it's the long boy though.
Dude, those are nice. I know some people that like the 350s better than the Transit, dude.
Yeah, no, we're pretty fired up.
What have you guys been touring in?
We got two SUVs outside.
Yeah, we used to have Paula and
a
Rand's
borrowed
car.
trailer. Sometimes we can't get it.
Like the first couple weekends, I have a Toyota Sequoia, like a 2002, and like my dad's friend who has like this HVAC company had just like this broken up trailer in the back of his lot. He's like, y'all can just take this. So it was like Brady Train, like all this. So like we were pulling up to these venues with like my Sequoia and like an HVAC trailer, and they're like, "Who are y'all?" We're like, "The band."
That's us.
Yeah, I drove a Honda Accord to this weekend, and it literally can fit like 1 amp.
To Atlanta?
So small. Yeah.
From fucking Raleigh?
Yeah.
The quality
So the
you guys'
van-
life is about to go up by like 1,000% in this E350.
Nice.
No doubt.
Yeah, we tried one of those Ford Transits.
Yeah.
And we were like, dude, we gotta get a van.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so
Is that y'all's?
Yeah, that's
When we
ours
saw
out there,
that, we were
dude.
like, I bet
That's the
that
best
is-
money I've ever spent in my life.
Yeah.
I will.
So
It changes the game.
Did y'all trick it out on the inside or do anything to it? Or
We just took out a bunch of seats because it had 18 fucking seats in it. I was like, we never have more than 5 guys. We're a 4-piece, so we took out 9, maybe 10 seats. We took out just enough where everybody can lay down still.
Oh, nice.
So
That's
you can lay down in the front seat. One guy's got to drive, of course, and 2 in the back. And then we do gear. And now we don't have to do a trailer, which is fucking huge, especially like
Nice.
New York City and all
Yeah.
that shit where parking's terrible. So.
yeah.
When I say it is the best money you'll ever spend as a band, I should have done this shit years ago. You guys, this is gonna be great. You're gonna love it. Is what I'm trying to say.
Like Jerome said, we rented a Transit. Like we went to Nashville and Auburn for a weekend. We were like, yeah, we have to get a van.
you
Like, this
got
is
to.
This is crazy. Like we had a cooler with like sandwiches in it. Like we just had it all decked out. I was like,
Yeah, we
damn,
were
this is
chefing
so
it
much
up.
better.
Dude. Well, I'm happy for y'all, man, and it opens the door too for like a lot of that Colorado shit where it's like, obviously you can't take 2 cars to that. Like obviously it doesn't even make sense. Even with the trailers, a fucking hassle. A lot of bands tour with trailers still, but like the way you guys will be able to tour with that will just open some doors. Is what I'm trying to say. That'd be great. New York City, especially. Don't take the fucking trailer to New York City, dude.
Yeah, that was my main concern.
Don't fucking do it. I know the Stews, or Wyatt told me. You've watched the episodes. They said that they had to drive their trailer out of town to like fucking 30 minutes away and park it at a gas station and leave it because you can't park it in New York, dude.
Wow.
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
That's really good to know because we were planning on going with the trailer and we got to New York in about a month.
Do what you can do to not
That
go.
is good to
Some
know.
band, I mean, you have to go sometimes, and there's like the parking lots you can buy, and we bought a parking lot. We just did Mercury Lounge, New York City. And then we got there, they didn't have a spot for us.
Yeah.
Paid $100 in advance for parking, they didn't have a spot. I was like, all right, well, this fucking sucks. You could pull it off, but I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be hell. So do what you
we'll
can.
definitely
Dude,
pack
you
it
know?
in that van.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, that was unsolicited advice.
No, we needed it.
Thank you.
I saw you guys doing Colorado this summer. I think we're on damn near the same run. You guys are doing Alibi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we
then
are.
fucking Colorado Springs. What's the name of the place? Vultures.
Yeah,
Vultures,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
doing both those as well this summer. Should be dope. And then
Nice.
what are the other two?
Shenanigans?
I'm not doing Shenanigans. Is that Fort Collins?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Is it Schmiggities? Shenanigans? What is it called?
Schmiggities is fucking what's that city?
Let me see right here.
Schmiggities is definitely one of
I hate to
them.
be on my phone.
No, you're good.
Let me
Just fucking
see.
jam out on it. Schmiggities is it's not Fort Collins. It's like fucking Steamboat.
Yeah,
we
Steamboat.
went
Yeah.
to Smith,
We're there too.
Right?
so-
We're
Right?
not doing that one.
Yeah. So you guys are there for a week. You guys got to go see somebody at Red Rocks.
We are
dude.
doing Steamboat.
We're also doing the Atrium down in Fort
Atrium.
Collins.
Fort Collins is a college town. I hear that'll be pretty sick, probably. I
Yeah.
think Fort
Yeah,
Collins. Is
well,
a
we
college
have
College
5
is there.
shows in a row in Colorado, which
That's
I've
sick.
never
It's
played
gonna
5 shows
suck.
in a row.
Yeah, that's
so I'm
dope.
curious to see how that goes.
When you go that far, you got to, man. If
Yeah,
you're
for
fucking
sure.
20 hours away from home, you got to send that thing.
It's like,
man.
yeah, we're
Love
out
it.
here, so it's
Yeah.
like might as well.
Yeah, dude, that's badass, dude. I think I'm really excited about it because I've never been over there. I mean, I've been to Colorado, but it's like when you're driving out there, you're fucking touring. You know what I mean? That's not like just going to Raleigh for the weekend or Athens for the weekend. It's like we're gonna be gone for 14 days. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
July.
Yeah, we have a run in like Wisconsin and Kansas City like the
That's
week. So I
dope.
think we're just gonna be out for 2 weeks.
No way.
Just
Well,
go
what are
out
you
and
guys
do
doing
that.
in Wisconsin?
It's Paperfest.
Paperfest,
Music
and then we got a
festival.
show in Milwaukee as well.
Yeah.
With Can.
Madison is really sick, I hear. Like
I love
you guys-
I've heard as
Madison.
well.
Yeah, I've heard a really good music scene, right?
Dude, I love Madison.
Yeah.
I went there recently with.
It's pretty, man. In the summer, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking beautiful, dude.
It's awesome.
That's cool.
They got the
man.
lake right by the campus.
Oh yeah,
too.
that
Like,
lake is
oh my
so
gosh.
cool. Yeah, I'm like getting eating ice cream and shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's clean out
The
here,
locals
bro.
are telling me like once the lake freezes, like you could just have parties on the lake.
Dude, yeah, that's when I went. It was during the semester, and like everybody was skating out there.
Yeah.
like, they were skating out there during the like school day. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's pretty fucking
Yeah.
dope, dude. That's cool. It's cold as hell, but that'll be so cool, man. Are you guys excited? Any shows in particular that are really coming up that you guys just like, all right, we gotta knock this out of the house? Like any focus?
The amphitheater show. with
Yeah,
the
that's
Stews
gotta
and
be
for
one,
the
right?
Movies we are so
Yeah.
excited for.
Yeah.
We've never done an amphitheater before, so
Yeah, we also
so cool.
we have the East Room in Nashville. Pretty
Yeah.
fired up about that.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm excited for, but I'm also very nervous because
Yeah.
just like selling tickets is always nerve wracking.
Yeah. And
yeah,
Nashville's tough to compete in. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like-
for sure. But yeah, definitely the amphitheater. That's just
Yeah,
like,
that's gotta
it's hard
be
to-
it, right?
We're playing like 100 cap rooms and then just like Greenfield like amphitheater. It's just like it's hard to not be the most excited about that one.
Well, dude, good for y'all, man. I think it's good. And Atlas is booking all these shows for you. This is all Garrett.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Damn, dude,
So
that's
now we're on
badass.
the
The
website
G-Man.
now. We're
Fuck
fired
yeah,
up. Yeah.
dude. Shout out Garrett, man. That's
Yeah,
how
he
Shout
is.
out Garrett.
We owe
Shout out
Garrett a lot. I mean, I don't know how he like I said back in 2022, like that Stew show, just out of nowhere, he just DM'd us and was like open for the Stews at Lincoln, and then since then he just kind
Is
of
he like a newer agent on there? Like,
Yeah, he's one of their.
he was an intern when he
Yeah.
first
Okay.
hit us up,
Okay.
I believe. So he went to college at Charleston, and then he's
Yeah.
I mean he's full time with Atlas now.
Yeah.
They were in like Costa Rica for like 3 months, like all of Atlas, and so our whole first tour, he was just managing us from there.
dude, he was
which
like,
is
"Y'all
kinda
gotta come
nuts.
to Costa Rica." We were like, "Dude, we have shows you booked."
You just booked us a tour.
Luke is the guy I really dealt with a lot is Luke. Luke's a
Yeah.
cool dude. And I dealt with Caleb. I don't know if his name's Coker or, you know what I'm talking about? He does Trash Panda, Flip Turn, whoever the Atlas, like the more indie ones kind of.
Okay.
He's another agent on Atlas.
Gotcha. I don't know
He's
if I've
cool.
met him yet, but I've talked to Matt on the phone, I believe, and Luke,
Yeah.
and then like of course Garrett.
Of course.
A
Yeah.
ton.
Yeah, I bet that's constant conversation.
Yeah,
with him.
absolutely.
Well, dude, all right, we're kind of getting closing notes here. It's been, believe it or not, 69 minutes. And
damn.
That's crazy.
no lie. Look at
damn.
Just trust me, all right?
I don't.
fucking-
I gotta see that. I gotta see that.
Let's get in closing notes. What are you guys most excited about coming up for the next year? Like as a band, what are you guys most excited about individually? I'm just kind of curious.
Start Josh.
Start with Josh down here.
Josh.
Individually?
Yeah, like what are you excited about the band right now? Like what's firing you up? What are you looking forward to in the next year? Anything in particular?
Oh man, I just love touring around. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a blast. Had a few weekends off, which was really great, but was just ready to get right back after it. So, I mean, yeah, getting to do what I love. Very thankful. We get to rock out, 2 or 3 times a week and meet a bunch of interesting bands and do cool stuff like this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Looking forward to that amphitheater show, no doubt.
That's a great answer. Love it.
Colorado, getting outside.
Yeah.
Lucas, what are you the most excited for?
Oh, Lucas. Yeah, this is the man that. Yeah, this is the man that makes.
What's up,
makes the
guys? My name is
dream works.
Lucas. I do photo and video for Harvey Street.
Hit him up.
Bandit.
Yeah, I'm excited to take photos of y'all, go to different venues.
As you should be.
Yeah. No, I'm really excited. I've been with these guys since the beginning, so seeing how far they've come.
This guy's been with us forever.
Pretty cool.
Really?
So,
Yeah, shout out Lucas. Everybody watching at home, start clapping right now because Lucas has been with us since day one.
Thank you guys.
Shooting shows for free.
The videographer relationship with the band can be key to the overall growth of the whole band. So
That is very true.
hats off to you, Luca, man. Appreciate it.
Shout out Lucas.
I want to say like everything,
Yeah.
I have so much to say, but just the overall growth of this band, like, it's come so far.
Yeah.
Like, before to where we are now. I'm just excited to see where it is from a year now. Like I didn't expect in my lifetime to ever be on tour.
Yeah.
Period. So
That's badass, dude. I mean, it's like you're doing shit that you had dreamed about at one point.
Yeah. Or it wasn't even it was just like, oh, I guess I can.
Yeah, maybe one day,
So,
maybe.
Maybe. And then now I'm doing it. So
Well, good for you, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Great answer. How about you, brother?
Yeah, I mean, they've really had great answers already.
Yeah.
It's music, like since I've been, a little kid has been like that's
Music
like
rocks.
The
me,
same.
like I'm a musician, and it's so awesome that I get to do it, at this level, and I'm really thankful to be here. And just to be a bit different, I'm gonna hone in specifically and say I'm really excited about recording. the
Yeah,
new
good
songs.
answer. Good answer. Love
That's
it.
definitely I love doing that, and I'm excited to just start playing the new songs. and
Yeah.
just
Keeps it
everything,
fun.
man.
Keeps it fun.
Yeah,
You know what
so
I mean? It's
there's
great.
tons to be excited for, as they said. Yeah, and
Hell
it's really thrilled with what we're doing right now.
Dude, great answer. Great energy. Love it. The bar's getting pretty high down here.
Ooh, Ren, what are you gonna say?
I'm really excited for Lucas to take pictures of us. Now that we have like a van and we're branching out more, we're kind of over a lot of the growing pains of that first tour and all that. So I'm excited to really be able to kick back and enjoy all of it a lot more now that we kind of know what we're doing and can get around at the places we're at more. But kind of like Jackson, I'm really excited for recording the new stuff and then releasing it because we're getting to the point where more people are streaming our music than will ever see us live.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to put out those 2 new tunes and see what people think.
Let's go, man.
Take it to the next level.
Great answer. Love it.
Yeah, kind of what David mentioning. I think, I remember like when we left for that first night of tour, or for Richmond, I remember Jackson walking up and being like, I feel like a kid on Christmas Day right now. And I was like, I'm fucking terrified right now. And because, I just didn't know what to expect because it was kind of random that I'm doing this now, especially how Harvey Street started. But that we've gotten over that hump of touring, of just kind of like promoting it, like getting tickets right, what audience it's best, like when to do fraternity shows to make some extra money, do all that. So I think we've kind of figured it out. We're not even close to figuring it all out, but we're definitely a little more comfortable with what we're doing. So just kind of going forward, like Jerome said, next year, I think we'll just, we'll have it pretty down pat, our system, recording the new songs. Like, I'm just excited what's to happen. We're just going to keep putting in the work and try and just take it as far as we can go.
Yeah, that's important. I see you guys putting in the work. That's why I even said yes to having you guys on. I haven't done one of these in 8 months. I don't know if I told you guys that. And I've had probably 98 bands hit me up about doing this, and you guys were one. I was like, all right, they can come on. They've been working. They've been working.
We appreciate that
because
we
man.
did kind of like brute force our way, and we were like, dude, we need to do the Jameson tank podcast. And I was like, I'm just gonna DM him and tell him we want.
Oh, dude, that's how you do shit.
We really
man.
appreciate it.
No problem. I've been a fan. I've been keeping up. Wyatt and all his Stu's guys, they always talk about you guys really highly. Blake was at the show last night. We were talking about you guys. He's a good cat.
Yeah.
And I heard a lot of good things. I had a couple buddies from Clemson. Well, Parker Nielsen. Do you know Parker Nielsen?
Vaguely.
He's an old school Clemson cat. He loves you. No, he knows you guys. He was at the show last night. You would know it if you saw him. Anyways,
I think he bought all of his beers.
That's him. 100%.
Tiger shirt.
Oh my god,
that's 100%.
So I walk up to Ren. I was like, "Are we out of like the free beers? Like, what's going on? I need to buy a drink or whatever."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Walk with me."
Dude,
I got a guy for
if
you.
he got like 8 beers, that was 100%.
He came up to me. He was like, I got to get you guys all beers. And then he just had like 6 Miller Lights. And I was like,
he was probably the first guy to me. It was probably 6 months ago because we just talk about music. We're just talking about music shit. And he's like coming to our shows. We weren't hitting on shit really. Like really early in the Clemson days, he would come see us. And he's like, dude, I hope you know like this Harvey Street band's next. That's what he'd say. It was really epic when he'd say, he's like, this Harvey Street's next. And I was like, what do you mean they're next? They're next to what?
Next on the Jameson Take podcast.
He's like,
hell yeah.
and he was sure
That's
enough
where we want to be.
They're next. I was like, word, dude. I don't know what that means, but yes, dude. Yes, Parker.
Die soon. It's like, dang, man.
Your time is up.
Oh my god,
I put a spell on them.
dude.
What?
Oh my god. Well, I feel like that's a great place to end it, fellas. I really appreciate y'all. Thanks again. It was nice to meet you all, man.
Seriously.
Thanks everybody for listening. If you made it 75 minutes in, we really appreciate that. We have you guys have merch, right? I'm sure you guys have merch.
Getting merch next week.
Merch coming in next week. Order some Harvey Street merch. We have podcast merch if you want to support the show. We don't have any sponsors or any of that shit. So if you want to buy some merch, that'd be clutch. Keep us in the green so I can get everybody some headphones one of these days, you know. But yes, thank you for listening. Subscribe to the YouTube podcast. Subscribe to TikTok, all that bullshit. Yeah, dude, I think that's it. Let's give them a wave for the thumbnail. Everybody wave. I'm going to clip this. Everybody smiling. Nice. All right, sweet. Follow Harvey Street on Spotify. You guys have any closing notes? Anything for the people?
Rockin'.
Shout out Satellite Dog, new EP by George, new
Nice.
single.
What's the new single? What's it called?
Liminal Love.
Okay, I haven't listened to it yet. By George.
Wish
I'll
I
check
had
that
more
out.
shout outs, but
That's good.
thanks
That's
everybody.
good.
Love you guys.
Keep
All
it
right.
PG.
Peace. Fuck the consumer.
Shout out Nick.
Fuck the consumer. The consumer doesn't know what they want.